Hey guys, welcome to ABANTU Live. This is the second episode. We're back here again for part 2 out of 12. Today, as you may know, we're going live with Florence, who's based here in Perth as well. Florence, if you want to request to join me on live now, please do so.
Oh my
What's
God,
good?
I'm nervous. I was like,
Well, you've never done this before?
nothing, just quarantine.
I tried to warn you.
I haven't been going live for such a long time.
Yeah?
I fell asleep, and then when I woke up, I was like, wait, I was supposed to be going live?
Like, what's the time?
Yeah, I was like, what's the time, sweetie?
What's the time?
And then I got up,
This
and I
room
was
to be
like,
online.
but I'm up, so that's the important thing.
Oh, good. How you been? I haven't seen you in ages.
Look, I've been sleeping, eating, trying not to watch TV, but
Yeah.
not a lot is going on, to be honest. There's
It's been
I know I haven't seen you. We live in the same city, and I haven't seen you for such a long time.
I think it's like over a year. Definitely over a year.
Yeah, that's weird. It's like I have to
That's
catch a flight to go and see you.
good. Wait, where do you stay again? Like what suburb?
Look, sometimes I stay in Belga, and
Yeah.
most times I'm in Queen's Rock. So ever since I lost my job, well, not
Yeah.
lost my job, coronavirus
Corona.
got
Yeah.
stood down. So I've just been back home in Queen's Rock in my
Queen's
room.
Rock? Where's that? I've never heard of Queen's Rock. What?
Where do you live?
I live in Rockingham.
Okay, that's why, because it's like north. Do you know where
Queen's
Joondalup is?
Rock. Where?
Joondalup.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's about 15 to 20 minutes away from Joondalup.
Oh my days. Yeah, no, that's why.
That's why we don't see each other.
It makes sense. It all adds up. It all adds up.
I want to say sorry for catfishing most of you. I don't normally look like this, but
Girl, you look good. This is natural. This is natural you. There's not a problem with it. So I got my screen here, guys, and I have some questions that I'll be asking Florence. Just introduce yourself. So your name, age, and where you're from, like originally.
okay, so my African name and Australian name is Florence, so don't come
Yeah.
for me.
We
I was
accept it.
born in accepting it. Someone once said I don't look like Florence. That hurt me, and it was deep.
Wow.
Okay, so my name is Florence.
Mhm.
I live in Perth. I was born in Uganda, but originally from South Sudan.
So yeah, so like you said, you're born in Uganda.
Yeah, in a refugee camp, and
Right. Yeah. So you moved from like South Sudan to
yeah, like way before I was even born, my parents had already like migrated to Uganda because of the war. So I never actually got to see Sudan. So I was just born in a refugee camp in Uganda, and then I hopped on a plane, flew to Australia when I was 7.
right here. Right here. No
Yeah.
way.
Yes.
So when you went
So
back home in December, where did you went to Uganda, was it?
yeah, I went to Uganda and I stayed in a refugee camp. So I went to relive my trauma.
You're kidding, you went to a refugee camp.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It
So
was
what,
a
like
prank. My mom didn't tell us. She just said, we're going on a holiday. I was like, oh, great. And then
it was a setup? No way.
but
Wow.
yeah, because like some of our families still live in a refugee camp because
Yeah.
they still live in Sudan, but because there was the recent war or whatever, they had
Yeah.
to go to Uganda. So like you kind of establish yourself, but then if there's something, you have to like kind of think about your safety first. You're like, do I want my house or do I want to be alive? So
That is
it's
so
kind of like
true.
that. Yeah, so some of them still live in a refugee camp in Uganda. So that's where
Yeah.
we went and spent our time.
Whoa, that is so different. I've never heard anyone say they went to a refugee camp.
I know
Go
when I
back
told everyone
home.
when I came back, they were like, why? I was like, because
Wow.
it was different.
Yeah. Wow. Damn, that's interesting. So growing up, like, do you have siblings?
Yes, my mom had 6 kids. Shout out to my mom. I
Damn.
could never. So
Wow.
I've got 3 brothers, 2 sisters.
Yeah.
I'm just like in the middle and
All
growing.
right.
Yeah,
I
thank
thought
God.
because I know you usually post like sometimes you post on your stories with your siblings, right? So I thought you were the oldest.
I wish, but that's too much responsibility. So I've got 2 older brothers, a younger sister, a younger brother, and 1 older sister. So I don't know. I just kind of lay in the middle. Like I'm not the
Uh,
oldest, I'm not the youngest. I just kind of
yeah.
chill, no responsibility, not trying to be
Right.
anyone's role model.
Yeah, that's so true. Damn, I think
Yeah,
yeah, I guess you're in the same zone.
yeah.
You're
Mom,
in the
like
same zone.
when you're the oldest, you have to like kind of set an example, and every time you do something,
Exactly.
like your parents are like set an example for your younger siblings.
Yeah,
That's a lot
yeah.
of responsibility.
So let's get into the second question, which is now you can explain like what you do. So I know you have like a day job and then you can like go into like your modeling as well. So what do you do, Florence?
So
What
right
would you
now,
yeah,
unemployed,
right. Because
trying
of
to get that
Corona.
Centrelink money,
Because of Corona.
cause Corona stopped my
Yeah,
bag. But I used to work at the airport.
yeah.
Um, yeah, as I work for Air Asia and Jetstar, probably not the best airlines, but look, someone has to get the money,
Someone's gonna get
and
the
I didn't
job.
care where.
Exactly.
And yeah, so I do that most of the time, and then
Mhm.
some days people say modeling, I say
Mhm.
I like to be behind the camera because I don't see myself as a model.
Right.
I
You
just like
really
to take
don't?
photos. No, so whenever someone asks, I say no. I just like taking photos. It's not a profession. Like I wouldn't put in my resume, "Hey, I'm a model." No, I'd say I like
What?
taking photos.
Yeah, yeah. No way.
Yeah, that's how I see it. Cause I'm
Why
like,
why why is that?
look, I think maybe it's society's expectation of what a model is supposed to be, like tall, slim, you know,
Right,
can be
right.
able to like do catwalks. I hate catwalk. The only thing I enjoy about modeling is like just doing photo shoots. Don't catch me trying to walk because I will cry.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just too intimidating, and I just feel like everyone is like looking at you, the lights. It's too much. I just
So that part is like
like
not for you.
yeah, it's not for me. I just like to be in the zone, like doing my own thing.
That is so interesting. I know I never actually thought about because I wasn't too sure either. I'm like, do you want to be called a model or do
No,
you yeah.
look, I think like modeling for me would be like it's just I don't know. I don't see myself. I'll say like I'm creative and stuff like that, but I wouldn't say I'm a model. I like to
Yeah,
create
yeah.
content. Like I like to take photos. So I
Yeah, yeah.
don't know. Don't call me a model. Call me Florence.
Wow, that's amazing. I guess creating content is true because I've seen you do like your own little like shoots
Like
like at
in
your
my
house.
backyard.
Yeah, and they're very like bold. So I'm like that makes a lot of sense when you say like you just like to create content, which is
Yeah,
very true.
I
Yeah,
do
yeah.
it. Look, some people will like, a lot of people will like inbox you and be like, "Hey, can I take photos of you?" No, you know what I'm
What?
like? No,
Whoa.
like nowadays, I think I've learned
Mm,
to say no more than I have before. Before I used to say yes
right.
to every single person that slide through my DM.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I guess you have to kind of know, like, because I'm like, some people just, someone is approaching you because obviously they see potential in you,
Yeah.
but if they're telling you to drive like 2 hours to a
Mm.
location and there's nothing in return, there's photos, I can do photos in my backyard on my iPad, phone, you know?
This is so good. I love this because this is a whole different approach that I never even thought about. Like I never even thought about this at all. Damn.
It is what it
Um,
is.
and I guess it kind of makes sense because even like looking at your Instagram, like the fact that you combine like your photo shoots and then like your own shoots that you do at home. Most models will only have the photo shoot photos. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I'm like, sometimes people want to see like you just doing your own thing. Like they want to see what it's like for you, like, you know, eating food or like
Yeah,
sharing photos of you and your family. And I think it's too much work for me to have a page for my modeling and then
yeah,
a page for my personal, because, bro, I can't. Responsibility is not for me.
right. Yeah, yeah. It's just
I
not
like
for
to
you.
keep life simple and easy, not to try and like complicate everything because people log onto your page and they want to know who you are. They want to say like what you look like without like all the makeup, without
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
wigs and stuff like that. People want to
yeah.
see the true you.
The
So I
real
just like to
you.
mix it up sometimes.
Well, I guess it kind of like goes in line with my next question, which is like, okay, me knowing you from like when, I don't know if I want to use this word, okay, but me knowing you before you blew up on like social media, right? I think
Yeah,
that's the only thing I can think of. But you know what I'm saying? How
yeah.
has that like changed? Well, hearing this now, I don't think it has, but has it
No,
like changed? Has it changed your life?
no, not really. Because I think sometimes if you like, there's moments where like your life seems to be at a high, and then
Mm,
some moments won't last forever. So I just like to think of it, take those moments, just
mm,
keep grinding, like, you know, keep having the same motivation. Because I'm like, if I like taking photos, I'm not going to stop taking photos because like my account blew up. You know what I mean? Like
right.
I'm
Yeah.
still going
Yeah.
to be doing the things that I love regardless of what
Yeah.
happens. Like, so for me, it hasn't really changed my life. I'm still the same old girl.
Wow. But I can see that in you. Like I can see that like it hasn't really changed.
No,
Um
yeah. When I used to work at, well, look at me saying it like I'm never going back to the airport.
yeah.
But
Just
so
act
sometimes,
like you are. Act like you're still
yeah,
there.
like when I used to go to work, there was
Mhm.
times I did mornings, and then there was one time someone was like, "Are you that girl from that video?" And I'm like, "Keep moving."
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So whenever someone does that, or like if someone DMs me and says, "Oh my God, hey," like they ask you a question and you respond, and they're like, "Oh my God, I didn't think you respond." For me, I'm like, "What?"
What
You
do
know what
you
I
mean?
mean?
Like
Yeah.
what?
That sometimes I take offense because I'm like, no, your followers don't describe who you are or like who you've met or like, you know, who comments on your photo. It doesn't matter.
Mm.
Like people just think they know you because of like your profile, but people
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
you. Like they need to actually talk to you in order to like know who the heck you are.
Know who you are. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And you
And
too,
it's,
like you have to interact with people for them to know the genuine you know what I mean?
yeah. And
So
I'm
the fact
like,
that you do open people's messages is like you like the genuineness.
yeah, because some people won't, but I'm just fine.
Yeah.
It's like you still see me walking in Perth. I'm not in a limousine or like I don't have a security guard, so
Yeah, yeah.
there's no
It's
reason for me to change.
it's crazy. I don't know if you guys saw the last picture I reshared of Florence on my story from that photo shoot that we did in Fremantle like
Bro,
2017.
yeah,
I so I remember this like this is why I say the word blow up because I remember when we did the photo shoot, you still had like
yeah,
3,000, 5,000
yeah.
followers on Instagram. Now you're at like 60 plus. Like looking at that, I'm like, wow, that's crazy. But then you explaining like how you feel about it and how it genuinely doesn't bother you is like
No,
great.
not one bit. I don't wake, trust me, I don't wake up one like every day thinking, oh my God, let me check my Instagram. I've got this much
Wow.
for, but I'm like, even like with Instagram, it's kind of like a job, and I really don't have time to like
You don't have time
invest.
for it.
Yeah, I'm like, look, if I'm gonna post, I'll post because I want to. I'm not gonna post because I'm like, oh my God, people have to see like what I'm getting up to,
Yeah.
how many photo shoots I'm doing, because it's hard. I just do it because I love it, not because like I want to get like if I get money out of it, great. But if I don't, like I don't want it to be like a setback for me. I just want me to keep doing it because I like it, not as in like it's a job and I have to constantly post every 2 days.
Yeah.
Too much.
Because some people strive for that. Some people strive for that following. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
because I'm
that's
like,
their goal.
I noticed like there was one time when I got stood down, like I just didn't want to post anything, and like I was losing followers, but that didn't bother me. I was like, I could go back to
Right.
3K because I'm like, people just want you to post, people want you to go live, people want to
Like
see
they
that
want
you're
to
live.
see. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I am dead. I am sleeping in my room. Please let me stay. I don't feel like posting today. Is that okay with you?
Wow. Wow. That is
Yeah, so
very.
it's hard and it can really take like a toll on your personal life. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, if I focus too much on what's going on Instagram or like what's going on Facebook, it
Mm.
just some of the comments you get on your photos is like, oh, please. So you try and separate those sections in your life. Like, this is my internet life. Like, that's all right. If it's
Internet.
negative, I'm not gonna bring it into my personal life. This is reality.
Internet life. I
Yeah.
like that. That I love that. Internet life. Wow.
Yep.
Well, I guess next question, like in regards to like you were just saying, like comments and stuff. Have you had any like negative experiences since people like being aware of you?
Yeah. Like when my account first blew up,
Mhm.
people like people comment really bad things on my photos, but then
Wow.
over time it kind of faded out. But even here and then, like you post a photo wearing a wig or like wearing lipstick, and people will be like, "Oh, you need to take the wig off. Like, be proud of your hair." Did I say I wasn't?
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I get what
Did
you
I put
mean.
in the caption, "Hey guys, I hate my afro. That's why I'm wearing a wig"? No, I didn't put that. So
That's not
there's
what you
no
said.
need. Yeah. And like I remember one time I posted a video and there was a fly in the video and someone's like, "Oh, you're dirty. That's why there's a fly in your video. Can
Wow.
you relax?"
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, it's not that deep. And before I posted the photo, I saw the fly. I
You
wanted to
you
post the
you
fly.
knew you knew the fly was there.
Yeah, I
You
knew what I
knew
was
the
posting.
fly was there.
And I'm like,
Wow.
so I was like,
And
it's
I
important.
yeah, sorry, yeah.
I'm saying it's crazy how people will analyze everything you post
Every
and like try
detail.
and find something bad about it and they'll comment. And like I've I've learned to respond to everyone's like comment, whether it's
Hmm.
negative or positive. I just if they like write, "Oh, you look dirty," I'll just put like a smiley face, blessed.
Right.
blessed that
Yeah. Yeah.
blessed that you have time to comment on my photo,
You actually
and,
took the
and I'm
time
just
to comment.
praying that you have a good life and you feel good about yourself, yeah?
Wow.
Yeah. So
What's the word? There's a word for it. Oh, what's the word? Like when you show kindness to show that you're not bothered by someone, please comment the word. I can't think of the word. It's gonna bother me for the rest of the day.
I hate it when that happens.
What's the word? But you know what I'm saying? Like the fact that you actually comment something that's kind instead of like
Yeah,
back and
because
forth.
I'm like, I used to, when I first started out, like, I
Hmm.
used to respond to people who's like writing negative things. And I'm
That's the
like,
one, Loveness. Thanks, Loveness. She said kill them with kindness. That's what I was trying to say. You kill them with kindness. Thank you. I could not, it's not even a word, it's a line. I couldn't even think of it, but thank you, Loveness. You kill them with kindness. Yeah.
but
Continue.
yeah, I used to respond to like, you see all the good comments, like you look good, like you looking fly and whatever,
Yeah.
and you just see those and you like keep it and you're like, girl,
Yeah.
girl. And then you see one negative, you're like, oh my God, I have to respond to this.
Right.
Like I used to think like that, and I'm like, people used to comment after that. They'll be like, "Why are you responding to someone that's been negative?" There's so many good comments, but you're not responding to that. You're only responding to
Mhm.
that one person who's written something bad. So that
Yeah.
really changed my mindset. So now I'm like, I'm gonna comment on everything, kind,
Wow.
bad, threatening. I don't care.
Everything. And I remember it was on Facebook and Twitter as well. So I remember the video on Facebook and I actually reshared it and then I made a comment and then you messaged me. But I
Oh
think
yeah,
it was that from that photo shoot where you had like the what was the photo shoot? Um, I forgot the photo shoot, but if we go back to our messages, yeah, it's there. But the comment that they made was like so negative, and I was like, "What do you mean? Like this, guys? When
there
I
was
say negative,
there was one
it was
video. I think the one
insane."
you reshared. It was like, I don't know, because that video is crazy. Like, I know on YouTube it's got like 33 million views, and like lots of people were posting it on Facebook. And then I remember this
Facebook,
one
yeah,
page from Juba in Sudan. I don't know why they posted it,
right.
but they posted it, and then it's like watch till end. And it was when I dyed my hair pink, and like I was like, it was showing a step by step on like how to install the wig, and then some
Yes,
people are
that's the
commenting,
one who was to
yeah.
install the wig. Yep, yep,
Yeah,
yeah.
and then some people are like, "Oh, look at the monkey." I remember I was reading it, and I was like, I just kept reading it every day, and it got to me.
How
It
did
was
how did
deep,
that make you feel? If you don't mind sharing, like how did
bro.
it
Like,
make you feel? Because I remember
bro,
when I saw it, and I was like, and
I'm a
I had
very,
met you already, so for
yeah, I'm a
me, I
very
was
anxious
like,
person. Like, I have so much anxiety. Like, although some people always see me and I'm always smiling, that's not who I am. That's the character I've displayed to
yeah,
like the outer world. That's how people see me. Like, if you see me, you're gonna think, oh, she's extra. You know what I mean? Like, she's gonna be joking. She's gonna be like,
right, yeah,
that's the kind of character I have built for myself. And that every
hmm,
time I step out, that's the character I display. So in my room, I was shook. And I was
wow,
like, but you know what really got me out of it? Like when you reshared it and you like, the thing you put on the title, and then
yeah,
someone else reshared it, and then someone else messaged me and called me and said, look, these people are just jealous. And I was like, look, it doesn't matter that there's like almost 1 million people that have seen this video and they're commenting on it. There's still like people that I know that actually care. And I was like, that's it, that's all I need.
that's all
But
you
yeah,
needed, yeah,
it was not good. But that was the
yeah,
young me. Now I'm a bad bitch.
yeah. Whoa, I was not ready for that. I was not ready for that. Well, we
But yeah,
just
I
got a
think
comment from Inked Trini. Yeah, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but it says Florence, you were stunning. But as the great drag performance RuPaul says, what people say about you or write about you, that's negative is none of your business. Just keep being beautiful. Um, light, let your light shine.
I totally agree with that. I can't read names, but
Yeah.
shout out to.
Wow. No, that's very
But yeah,
true.
you realize that
That's a different.
you can't control what people comment. And like, some
Yeah,
people say
yeah.
great video, and other people be like, nah, you're being fake. And you just have to
Wow.
kind of like see, how does that video make me feel? And if it makes you feel good, it doesn't really matter what the world thinks about it.
Yeah, yeah. See, I had already like written down these questions, right? Based
Yeah.
on my um understanding or idea that I had about you being a model. So next question is like, did you always want to be a model or did you always want to get into like that industry?
Look, when I was younger, I wanted to be a lot of things.
Yeah,
Modeling was not one of it. It just
ever.
happened overnight. It really did. But like growing up, when I look back at it, I used to be thick. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
Right.
And then now when I look at the beauty industry and like the fashion industry,
Mm-hmm.
and how now like thick people are being like advertised, there's a lot of like
Accepted
body
now.
activists out there. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah.
I never saw that when I was younger. So
Wow.
growing up, I was just self-conscious, and I was like so worried about how I looked because there was
Mhm.
no role model. Like everyone you saw on the magazine or on TV was like slim, skinny, beautiful. And I was like, when I look back at it now, I'm like, why is it's okay now? But back then it wasn't.
Back then it wasn't. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, I never really wanted to get into the industry because I
Because of
wasn't slim, thick.
Ooh. So it just wasn't an idea, like you just genuinely
No,
didn't.
I never saw myself in that light. I never
Wow.
had that kind of confidence. It literally happened like overnight. When I say
Like,
me and my sister just went outside and then we took some photos. That was it.
yeah.
That's how it blew up.
And I know you've worked with oh gosh, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Starts with an M. Something photography.
Meiji.
Yes, that's the one. That's the one. He's like one of the biggest photographers in like Australia. You know what I mean? So I was like, whoa. Like when I say like biggest photographers, I mean like he's pretty,
Yeah,
you know.
I'm not even gonna lie. I used to stalk him on Facebook
Yeah.
and Instagram.
Like before you worked together?
Yeah, before we worked together, I stalked him a long
Oh.
time ago, and then like one day, a makeup artist was like, "Do you want to do a shoot?" I'm like, "Yeah."
A
So
makeup artist, not even him.
yeah, not even him. So when I went by and then I met him, we
Mhm.
went in his studio, and honestly, all I can say is I love him so much because
Oh,
like I didn't expect him to be that humble. You know, seeing his like his kind of work, like you think that he wouldn't work with someone who's like amateur. I thought that's what I thought,
right.
but
Yeah, yeah.
he's the sweetest person ever, and it's just being
Wow.
on shoot with him is amazing because he likes to create good work, and the photos he does, he wouldn't have you looking like shit, basically.
But like those photos from I don't know, I forgot when the photo shoot was, but the one like the grayish and then the one when you were on the ladder, those photos are insane. I'm like,
Right.
how on earth? I just, oh my word. I just
I
can
was shook as well.
not
I was like,
fathom.
almost broke my back. Shout out, climbing up these ladders.
Wow.
But that
That
was
like,
probably my favorite shoot. I think, yeah, because that was way out of my league. Like I've always
right.
wanted to do a photo shoot like that. Like the big hat, that's been my idea for years. But then when I
Right,
rocked up
right.
to a shoot and then I saw the hat, I was like,
No way.
I
I
can't
can.
believe this is happening.
That's amazing. Oh man,
So
I'm
yeah,
so happy that you did do the photo shoot. And like you said, like you were already looking at his work before you
yeah.
even did the shoot. And you didn't even know you were doing it with him. You know what I mean?
No,
I,
I
I'm
didn't know I
really
rocked up,
happy.
and I was like looking at his photos on his walls. I was like, I swear I've stalked you before. He's like,
What? So it didn't even click when you walked
no,
in.
no. I just walked in and
I've,
I was
I've
like,
seen
wait,
this before.
I swear I've seen this photo before.
Whoa, that's crazy. And leading up to the next question, it's pretty much okay, second to last question is like, okay, we'll do this one. Would you see now thinking
You
of
changes
asking you
your
a question now, it's like adding up. I'm like, wow, okay. It's like answering something that's already been answered. Um, have you okay, let's say this. Have you ever considered being signed as a model?
yes,
A
actually,
model.
as a creative,
As yeah, as a creative model.
um, yes. You know, before coronavirus, I was planning
Yeah.
to like maybe go on a holiday to like London or like New York or LA because I have
I
a few
remember
people that I
you
can meet
told
up with.
me.
Yeah, and then coronavirus came, and then
Right. Yeah, yeah. What?
but look, it gives me more time to save, so
Yeah.
it's I. So I might have to travel next year because I'm sorry, this year I'm not stepping out of my house.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
yeah.
but
So
yeah,
you so
definitely.
you moving, I mean like going away, was that gonna be like your opportunity to like try get signed or
Yeah, I feel like honestly, I feel like if I put an effort into traveling and building the right connection, I
yeah.
think even if it's just being uh an extra on a TV show or a movie, just carrying something or being a slave, I don't
Right.
care. Just getting my foot in the door.
Right. So just like being in that being in the
Yeah,
industry pretty
yeah,
much.
and
Yeah.
it's honestly who you know, because I'm like
Mm.
the more people you know, like the more photographers and stuff like that. And
Exactly.
I know some photographers that have worked with like a lot of celebrities that, you know, say if you come over, like I would
Mhm.
love to shoot with you. And I think just being exposed to that, that that would be like a massive break, because if you take one photo with someone and then they post it
Yeah.
on the wall and then someone else sees and they're like, look, do you want to, you know, do a shoot with me? And you kind of just
Yeah, yeah. It's just
get yourself out there.
like a
Yeah.
cycle. Yeah, yeah.
And I think that's what I'm trying to do, like just work with probably some of the top photographers that I
Mhm.
know to get myself out there. And then look,
Yeah,
if it
yeah.
doesn't work out, that's fine. If it does, great.
Great. Yeah, yeah.
I might cry a little bit if it doesn't
Yeah, of
work out,
course.
but that's
Bro, I
right.
would too. I'm just like,
Or just maybe for a week in my room, but that's right. Never give up.
right? Exactly. Like, no, I ain't giving up. That is so true.
Gets on the plane, bye.
Next question was, okay, so you're saying that like you'd want to leave and try get some type of signing.
Yeah.
So then does that mean like, do you want to be in this industry forever, or do you have something else that you would want to do forever at this at this moment?
Look,
Like,
I'm trying to live my best life, so I just want to kind of experience everything. Like, you
right?
know,
Yeah,
sometimes you have a dream job, and
yeah.
then once you get into that dream job, you're like, wait, this is actually not what I want to do. Like, for example, I've always wanted to work at the airport. When I
Oh,
started working there, I'm like,
yeah.
do I really want to be here? Like,
Right. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wanted to be a flight attendant, but now working on ground crew, I'm like, do I really want to be flying? So it's kind of
Oh,
like,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, look, as of now, yes, I want to get into the industry, but if I don't
Mm.
like it, I'm not going to force myself to stay in it, because
Just stay in
that's
it.
not healthy. And there's so many things that, you know, you enjoy and you're good at, or
Mm.
like some things you just fall into. Like, let's say I want to do acting, but I'm not good at reading,
Right. Yep. Yep.
but I could work, I could work towards that. You know what I mean? If
Yeah.
modeling
Yeah.
doesn't work out for me, then I might just switch lanes.
Sorry about that little interference with Florence. I think connection, guys, it happens. So yes, guys, thank you so much for joining.